Yo, what's going on, guys? Today's YouTube video is going to be the best trio drop spots on the map in Chapter 2. I realize the season is almost over, but there's still a lot of trio scrims going on and people are still trying to get drop spots. And quite frankly, this might be the map for the new season. So who knows? Might as well just make the video anyways. There's like 7 days left in the season as of now, right when I'm recording this. So with further ado, let's hop into the video. So I did this earlier. I created the map. And I essentially mapped out a lot of good split drops and drops in general for you and your trio. So to start it off on the right side of the map, that's where I'm most comfortable with, is this little lake house right here. So disregard all the arrows. I'm gonna go in more depth and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about, what I mean. So in trios, the meta is simply floppers, right? You want to have floppers, you want to have good loot going into in-game, and you want like either a heavy sniper. Floppers is usually regular in terms of like rotations for in-game, because you want to be able to find your impact frags. You want to be able to either share a launch pad or use a launch pad that you have, whether it be from a llama, a supply drop, or a mythic POI. So to start right here, right, this is the location where you can easily grab floppers. You usually come out of here with 2-3 floppers plus the one from the freezer. You usually max out on your floppers, right? You send one person here, right? There's two ways you can play this drop. You either send one person here into this little lake. It's obviously got 4 chests, a lot of floor loot over here. I'll show you that right now. A lot of floor loot, plenty of fishing poles you can easily fish. And then you send one person over here to this chest with the henchman chest. The henchman chest has like a high increased chance of dropping shields. So you drop there for the shields and the henchman chest and all these chests in this area. And you also send one to this gas station. This is a pretty spread out drop. So whenever you're landing, you really want to be aware of what's around you and who is around you to really assist you in what you need to do. Whether you want to just like quick loot and leave, or if you need backup, you need this guy to come swim down the river and come help you out on the backside. But before we do actually get into the next drop spot, this is going to be a very long video, so I apologize in advance. But you guys can skip through the video, watch the different drop spots, watch different spots that you guys like, and comment below which spot you actually like the most, and if you guys want me to continue to do this video, or if you want me to make a video on the new season's map. So yeah, another drop off this lake is actually this little triple chest spot on top of the zip line. So if I'm playing with a controller player, I'm a controller player myself. So if I have a controller player in my trio, I'm most likely going to send him here simply because he can easily get tags in here. He can almost get someone out of the air and almost get a knock. And then if he gets a knock, you identify where that knock is and you can even push in at 30 docks and to wipe the team there if it's only one team, you know what I mean? Secure more loot for yourself and your team, and then you're chilling, right? So the other person that I would send if we're splitting this drop is to this little junk junction spot. The mini junk junction has like how many chests? Three chests, which is decent loot. It's kind of the triple chest spot, right? And then easy rotates out. Whenever you're landing, you want to be really aware of who's landing around you, if they're going the henchman spot, if they're going over here to the other henchman area. And this is also another very good split drop, right? Send people to this gas station, to the triple chest, mini junk junction, the chests on the bridges. You fish all this area as well. You also have another henchman chest up there, which can almost have, you know, it almost drop you a heavy snipe, and you even get a heavy snipe over here. That's the thing I like about this spot, right? Because you're coming at it with a heavy snipe. So if you come out with a heavy snipe, it really makes it easy late game and early game to really put someone down and make your fight a lot easier, making it a 3v3 into a 3v2 really quick. If you get a headshot snipe, or even if you hit them for 126, they still have to have time to heal up, and you keep on applying that pressure. It makes it really easy to fight, especially if you have a heavy snipe. Going on to this spot here, it's kind of like another draw away from this spot, right? You send someone gas station, 3 chests max, like there's 300 metal here with this little gas station. There's a roof that has metal on it, and then all these, like all the chairs in the gas station and all the tables are really good metal as well as like 3 cars out there. So you're pretty much maxing your metal over there, you know. Another good spot is right over here if you want to split your trio in this little triangle formation. Christmas spot, right? It's got the 3 chests around the Christmas tree and the 2 on the outside area. Really makes it easy to get a lot of loot. This spot's really neutral spot. You can see who is literally all around you, right? Whoever's going to agency, if it's not contested, fuck, might as well just go there. Just send your whole team there, you know what I mean? You also get to see a little bit of risky and frenzy, right? So that really, gathering that information whenever you're landing is extremely important because you can see everything around you and see what you identify from that, what you want to push, what you don't want to push. If there's two teams there, if you want to go clean up, hit a third party, really help you get some elims, right? For this season especially, it's going to be cash cups, so I assume points for elims are going to be a lot higher than usual, like they have been for the last season. So really landing here for a split drop is really good for gathering information and pushing where you need to push. This drop over here is kind of spread out a little bit if you're splitting it, but you get two chests on the bridge and 3 by the water, and then you could just swim downstream and reconnect with your other buddy if he's getting pushed by somewhere over here, you know what I mean? But comms are really important when you're landing on a split drop, because you're landing at 3 different points, gathering 3 different points of positioning and seeing who's all around you. Like this, you would see who's going lazy and retail, and over here grotto and dirty, you know what I mean? Gathering information is extremely important when landing. This drop over here, I almost missed it. It's kind of the same one over there, a little drawback, right? You have someone go henchman area that has a shit ton of chests. You might even want to double drop that if you're getting contested. And in any of these spots that if you are splitting them and you are getting contested, it is always smart to double up on a drop, right? If you're getting contested even by one person, because you find that person, you shake him down, and then it's a 3v2 and you know where the other 2 are, right? Even if they're all the way across the map, at least you know that you're safe and you're not going to get pulled up on, even if you can't see where the other guys are. So you might want to double drop here, and then there's a house over here with 3 chests as well, and a chest on the hill, right? If you send someone to the chest on the hill, they get an AR, free picks out of the sky, you know what I mean? Like I said, gathering information, moving on. It's kind of like a bigger split drop, right? You can even send one to the henchman area, you get a heavy snipe and another chance to get a heavy snipe through a henchman crate. I kind of want to move this circle because this circle is not as realistic. You can kind of send someone here, right? And then just move them like this. That's probably more realistic, just because like 2 chests isn't very rewarding. And like I said, double dropping something is also important if you see someone contesting. So this is a lot more flexible over here. If you want to send 2 people over here or 2 people over there, that's completely fine as well. Whatever works for you and your trio, man. Whatever works for y'all. This is a good split drop because you're surrounded by fishing materials and you're surrounded by max wood. That has a lot of metal as well, 17 metal per roof hit as well. Cars on the backside over here, and a lot of slurp barrels for metal as well. So like this area is really good for gathering metal, and rotating out of here was very simple because you get boats, and you can, like I've done in recent videos, you can literally take the boat and rotate all the way around the map with easy med kits and bandage launchers and slurp fish and stuff like that, and floppers and stuff. So this is a really good spot. Pallet Town, that's what I call it, has 5 chests. This one has 4, another 4 over here. You want to be very careful though landing over here, because teams landing Rig and Slurpee might see you as a solo and they might want to try to key you as fast as they can. So be a little wary of that. Make sure you guys are, like I said, gathering information and assessing what you guys need to do to be careful, because if they see you as a solo and they're like turning and they're looking at you midair, it's not always the safest to maybe land here, maybe even pull back or even double drop it with your duo or with one of your duos in your trio, and then maybe leave that alone and rotate to that later. This is personally my favorite part of the map because it has a slurp truck, and this area is very good for rotates, in my opinion. I landed here for solos during DreamHack and it worked out alright, you know, but you essentially send one over here. This has a henchman chest. Now it's not updated, but it has a henchman chest. This allows a lot of brick for that house, and there's the shipwreck area, I'll just call it that, has a lot of metal from crates. So most likely you would become max metal from at least 2 people and maybe come out with like 200 on another person. Henchman chest, chance at a heavy snipe, higher increased chance of shields. Send them over here, and then one over here too. You also got to think though, there's a slurp truck right here, right? So if you have that slurp truck, nobody needs to pop shield at all if you're not uncontested. And then you save all that shield for your late game and all your shield for your mid game fights as well. Which mid game fights, you really don't want to pick your mid game fights, but if you have to, you have to. You can't really get out of someone, a team being brain dead, you know what I mean? This spot over here is pretty risky, but I like it. These islands, allow a lot of opportunities to fish and a lot of chests, right? Even though you're landing on 2 chests over here and 3, 4, 5 chests over here, it may not be the best loot in the world, but you're coming out with floppers and you're coming out with a lot of potential late game plays that like could literally win you the game with floppers. But you have to be very careful landing here, because whoever's landing shark could get pretty aggressive, and once they get that grapple, get behind you, laser you, you know, especially if it's a controller player, you can't really get out of that one, unfortunately. Another one is like a straight split. Any split in this area is normally pretty good. Castle, Shipwreck, that has 4 chests in total, max metal, max brick. Floppers, fish all over here. You can fish. Check out any areas that I haven't really gone over just yet. I haven't gone over this area. Okay, so there's 2 different drop spots in this area. You have Meowsicles, you have the little bunker, like airplane takeoff little area, and you also have weather station, right? So normally I did this with my trio yesterday. I split dropped Meowsicles and weather station, right? We sent 2 weather station and 1 Meowsicles. It worked out pretty well. I mean, not in our case because we got 50-50, but if you are able to secure a good drop for weather station and you beat people to a weapon, you should win a fight every single time right here, you know? And it's not normal for someone to triple drop this spot just because there's so, like, not enough chests for a trio necessarily there. And if they are coming out of this area, they're not going to have a lot of loot. But the Meowsicles, like landing Meowsicles allows for like an easy third party if you're coming up with that AK. It's for like a 96 headshot, which is insane for me to think. So you could double drop here, so 1 Meowsicles, or if you're not uncontested, like I said, gather your information, understand what's around you and what's your surroundings. You can even send someone here, double up or be more efficient with your loot path, and then rotate out a lot quickly so you can get center zone, you can get a better position, get on a hill, get elevation, stuff like that. So keep that going through your brain every time you want to pick a drop spot, and try to find out a really good loot path for you. So this spot over here, 3 chests. You drop I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it bunker. I'll call it bunker. Bunker, little camps site over here, and then in the water. Like I said, really good fishing. There's campfires out on the edge. If you need to rotate zone, if you need to take a boat on the map, there's campfires. Makes it really easy to transport a team and go dead site side on zones. This should be like a whole entire drop for a trio. Honestly, it's just this spot down here on the bottom side of the map allows you to fish a lot as well, like the other location. But like I said, you know, gather your information. If you feel like this side of the map is not contested, split your trio, bro, right? Split. Send people over here to these chests, maybe even a zip line across, you know what I mean? Just understand who's all around you and be efficient with your loot. Let's see over here. This little disco area and chests off the backside. Easily send people here. There's a henchman chest that you probably want to secure, maybe for a heavy sniper, for some increased chance of shield. So send people one over here, maybe even double up this area and secure this little area, and then come off the backside and hit all these chests and then start to rotate out. I think, honestly, I'm trying to think of any other spots that I may have missed. I definitely didn't cover the top side of the map, so I'm going to cover that actually right now. This is a good split drop because there's a lot of cars, right? Risky allows you to max your metal really easily, making a team come out with 500, 500, 500 max metal every single time. So probably send 2 risky and then 1 to the triple chest spot and gather the information. If no one's coming in this area, grab the 2 chests up here, drop down to the triple chest, reunite with your trio, get all your max metal, start rotating out, right? Right here, salty, right? It's not a bad spot to drop a whole trio. It's definitely not a lot of loot. But what I like about Salty is that it rewards you with a slurp truck so that you don't have to pop your shield off the rip, and you could save all that shield for endgame. So you may not be getting a lot of loot out of your chests, but there is that factor that lets you get the whole entire max shield, max HP off the slurp truck, and you get to keep all the loot that you already got from all the chests. This spot over here, I know I haven't covered this one. This one's right above Pleasant. I think in duos, this spot was like really like low key. Not a lot of people dropped here. But these houses are really good on loot because they all have like a couple cars each house. You have Lighthouse, which is good brick, and then you have this little house down here. But like I said, this is a huge split though, so you really got to be careful. But like I said, you know, gather your information whenever you're dropping, and that like just kind of switch it up from there. You kind of want to have a basis of like who's all dropping where, and then if you want to double land on someone, pickaxe them, or even double land on someone in a general area and make that a 3v3 into a 3v2, shake them down and understand where the other people are, right? But this spot over here allows a very good opportunity to fish. There's like 9 fish. There's a bunch, bro, of fishing spots over here. So this makes it incredibly easy to get max floppers and maybe even slurpfish for maybe even 2 people, you know what I mean? So yeah, maybe even like cut this area off into just one side over here. Maybe even this instead of the split, full split, if you gather information and see if people are going there. Because sometimes people want to split that in Shark. They're like psychopaths do that. Like that's a good split, right? That's still a lot of chests, and you get all your floppers. It's a very passive route for your drop spot. And then talking about mythic POIs, I'm very familiar with the Grotto. I've actually made a video on the Grotto myself pretty recently. Dropping mythic POIs in trios, if you are insanely comfortable with them, is a wonderful idea, right? For instance, if you're coming out of the Grotto, with a minimum, obviously, 1 heavy snipe, because at every little henchman area, there's a henchman that carries a heavy snipe. There's a ton of henchman chests, as you can see. The opportunity to get that, like another heavy snipe out of those chests, those chances are way increased, right? I think my trio went here like 5-6 times yesterday, and we all came out of the Grotto with like 3 heavy snipes, 4 out of 6 games, 5 out of 6 games. Also, you have that little supply drop in the vault. You can obviously get a RPG. So double RPG heavy snipe, double heavy snipe RPG, triple heavy snipe RPG. Like, there's so much you can do with this meta right now to just easily like either make your mid game fights go a lot faster, or really take end game impact frags, finish those very quickly. Honestly, hop into people's boxes, have one of the control players just go in there and clean up. Like, it's so easy to just put people down in boxes nowadays because of the aim assist. So yeah, like I was saying, mythic POIs, if you guys are comfortable with them, I would highly recommend landing mythic POIs. It's probably going to be pretty heavily contested, so make sure you're good off rip, you know how to slay out off rip, and make sure you're very comfortable with the area. If you guys want, my video on the Grotto will be in the description, so you guys can go check that out and how to play it, how to learn it. There's a lot of cool neat tricks and like cool places to hide, get right corner peeks and stuff like that. But yeah, that goes for all mythic POIs, right? They all drop a launch pad. Some of them give heavy snipes, some of them give way overpowered mythic weapons, like here, like Scar, drum gun, minigun, like it's insane. So just take advantage of that, right? I'm trying to think of any other ones I could think of, but I honestly can't think of any on the top of my head. So if you guys have any questions in the comments of where you and your trio should drop, or any other drop spots that you want me to cover, or whenever this new season comes out, if mythic POIs are just totally gone and more POIs are added and you guys want me to do another video, let me know. Comment in the description, and I'll be more than happy to make a new video on trio drop spots in chapter 2 season 3. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys are still here and you guys made it to the end of the video, type brew, BREW, and the people that do that, I will be going to their channels, I'll be subbing, I'll be liking, I'll be watching all those videos, showing y'all support. So I do appreciate all the love, all the support recently. Channel's been fucking amazing. So yeah, guys, if you guys did like the video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.